Kate B. I talk a lot. I got a drink to hydrate. Kate B for Sharp Goat Challenge number 3. Isolation. Here we go. All right. Boom. Beautiful. Nice, nice, plain dark background to enhance the bright white bud. Awesome. My eye immediately goes there. It's not entirely empty. Got enough blurry action going on back here. Yeah, beautiful. Isolated. What did you shoot at here? 100, 6.3. What lens you got? Were you forced to shoot at 6.3 because of variable aperture, or did you? Where are you? Where does it show your lens? Huh? Doesn't say. Why don't it say? It usually says. Or maybe I just can't find it. That's interesting. Huh. Nikon D70S. I should be able to see it, but I can't see it, so I don't know. Oh well. But yeah, beautiful. I would have probably even blown out just a little bit more, just to make sure that my eye isn't drawn to this lower bud here. But beautiful. Also, positioning. It is said, again, another rule, but it is said that naturally the viewer's eyeball will automatically go up and right. So if you place something up and right in the screen, then you're likely to grab their attention. Which also leads me to offer a tip. Whenever you're in a group shot, if you want to make sure that you are seen, make sure that when you're facing the camera, you are on the left side of the entire group. Because people on the left side then appear right. And so your face will be top and right of a group shot, and you're likely to be the first person to be identified. Photo psychology. All right, moving on. You missed focus on this one. Damn it. What do we got here? 0.6. Oh, you must have. Were you hand holding at 0.6? You might have been. Or maybe not. At 300 mil. At 300 mil, 0.6 on the tripod. It looks blurry. You missed focus. So it could have been one of a couple things. First of all, at 300 mil, things that are going to make it more challenging to get a in-focus shot are when you're shooting at a higher focal length. Because imagine you're trying to push an elevator button with, let's say, a ruler stick. It's nice and very short, so boop, you can hit it very easily. You're very dexterous with it. Now imagine you're trying to shoot it with a 50-foot pole that it bows as you're trying to position it, so it's really friggin' tough to keep it steady, because any little tiny movement you make on this end will make it wobble like crazy on that end. That's what it's like at different focal lengths. When you're at the wide focal lengths, like 18, 35 mil and that sort of stuff, handheld, it's easier to get focus. You're not, your camera movement won't affect the image as much. But if you shoot at a longer focal length at 300, any little bit that you do affects will affect the image. So it doesn't take much to really to affect the focus of the image if you're shooting at a longer focal length. So that's why, especially if you're shooting at a slow shutter speed, you're more likely to get little hand movements, even if you're on a tripod. So I would imagine if you were on a tripod at 0.6 of a shutter speed and 300 mil. Let's say, for instance, if you can shoot with the timer, or you can shoot with a remote, so that when you press it, it will, you can step away from it, so your hands are not affecting it anymore, and then it will take the shot, and then you're more likely to get focus without any camera movement, without any blurriness. But if you're on the tripod at a slow shutter speed and you're trying to hit the shutter button and click the shot, then that little bit of movement that pressing the button moves the camera will affect the image. So that may have been what was going on here. I'm taking a guess, but that's just my guess. Other than that, for isolation purposes, this against a gray beige background, it does work to isolate it. And if it was in sharp focus, my eye would go there. I would have moved. If you want to isolate it even more, stack up the photo differently. So move so that this. Keep pointing at the screen. You can't see me. Move around the subject a little bit so that this the rest of this toy here isn't poking out of the image. It's a little bit clean. It's a little bit free of this other image. It's not coming out of it so much. So as it is right now, it just kind of blends. So, but I see what you're going for here, and good job. So moving on to, where's the next one? Go slow Wi-Fi. Go slow Wi-Fi. It's Miller time. Beer. This I dig very much. I dig this. This is a very nice shot. I like this. And where was this? You must have been getting used to. Again, it looks like you did miss focus a bit on this. So again, the same notes that I mentioned earlier apply to this one as well. Hey, shut up, duck. So yeah, you did miss focus a little bit on this because I can see that this bottle here is slightly blurry. Again, that could have been due to camera movement, or it could have been due to any number of things. But I've already gone into that, so I won't go into it again. But what we have here, 170 mil. Notice she's shooting at 6.3, so she's shooting at a larger f-stop. So her iris is closed up a bit more, gives her a little bit more less shallow of a depth of field. But because she's zoomed in 170 millimeter focal length, you still get nice blurry background here. So that's a way to compensate if you want to get yourself a blurry background. Either open that aperture all the way up, or if you're going to extend your focal length to 100, 200, 300 mil, take some distance back, zoom in, and you can close your aperture up to still get the same kind of blown background. So that's other than that, my eye does go there. If had that been in sharp focus, that would have been a primo shot. Awesome, especially with this gap here of white, that it would have looked absolutely beautiful. But unfortunately, missed the focus. All right, back to this abacus toy thing. Focusing on the red ball. Again, same thing as I mentioned before. This is, I'm gonna guess this is the same angle, same composition, same everything, but you chose to focus on the background now instead. Again, because it's in focus, boom, my eye will go right there. However, it does kind of get lost. If this foreground, this blue one, wasn't here, then I would probably be more inclined to go, my eye would go to this red one here in front, because this blue one ends up being a little bit of a distraction, because it appears to be right next to it. It appears to be on the same plane a little bit. I'm not really sure why, but I would try to break it up a little bit, either change the angle so it doesn't look like the rest of these balls are coming out of this blurred out blue one here, just so they're not so stacked up. But otherwise, shooting against the beige wall like that would be great. What is my favorite here? I dig that beer one. That beer bottle one is my favorite. I don't pick favorites of all the sets, and I don't really want to get into the habit of doing it, but there are some that really stand out that I think I need to come back to and say this one's a winner. So I dig this one very much. Thank you very much, Kate, for submitting to week 3. Awesome job sticking with this challenge for 3 weeks in a row. Hope to have you back on the next week. So head on over to the Facebook page for Sharp Goat Photo. Check out the gallery submissions for last week's isolation shots, and like which shots would you like. Comment on the ones that you think could have been a little bit better, some tips and tricks, and spread the challenge around to some of your friends who want to get in on the challenge as well. But yeah, once again, thank you, and I can't wait to see what you do next week, Kate.